Today, I'm here to honor Joni Mitchell. And Joni is an astonishing force in popular music. She is an innovator in every aspect of her craft. Her innovations have caught on with hundreds or thousands of musicians, including myself. She pioneered new aspects of harmony and of melody and of lyrics, personal confession, social commentary, just a high integrity, highly creative, remarkable artist, and I admire the heck out of her. And I actually play more Joni Mitchell songs than I do of anybody else's except my own. I'm going to play 4 of her songs today, plus a video clip of the original of one of them. And I'm going to start off with one that's in open tuning. One of the things that Joni Mitchell became extremely fond of very early on was tuning the guitar in such a way that when you just strum the open strings, then it's a chord. And that is hardly new, but she was able to just incorporate that into new dimensions of harmonic and melodic structure that are just amazing. So the first song I'm going to sing is from Court and Spark. Court and Spark came out in 1974, and it was the first Joni Mitchell album I ever listened to. And I absolutely love it. I'm going to sing 2 songs from that album today. And it's in open tuning. It's real short. It's just a piece of a song, really. It's only about 2.5 minutes long, and so, or 2 minutes long. And so I'm going to sing it twice because the lyrics absolutely deserve close scrutiny. This is story of Joni Mitchell at a party, and somehow in 2 minutes she gives 3 or 4 character studies, including a great one of herself. Now, this is called People's Parties. All the people at this party, they've got a lot of style. They've got stamps of many countries. They've got passport smiles. Some are friendly, some are cutting. Some are watching it from the wings. Some are standing in the center, given to get something. Photo beauty gets attention, then her eye paint's running down. She's got a rose in her teeth and a lampshade crown. 1 minute she's so happy, then she's crying on someone's knee, saying, laughing and crying, you know it's the same release. I told you when I met you I was crazy. Cry for us all, beauty. Cry for Eddie in the corner, thinking he's nobody. And Jack behind his joker. And Stone Cold Grace behind her fan. And me in my frightened silence, thinking I don't understand. I feel like I am sleeping. Will you wake me? You seem to have a broader sensibility. I'm just living on nerves and feelings with a weak and a lazy mind. And coming to people's parties, fumbling, deaf, dumb, and blind. I wish I had more sense of humor, keeping the sadness at bay. Throwing the lightness on these things, laughing it all away. Laughing it all away. All the people at this party, they've got a lot of style. They've got stamps of many countries. They've got passport smiles. Some are friendly, some are cutting. Some are watching it from the wings. Some are standing in the center, given to get something. photo beauty gets attention, then her eye paint's running down. She's got a rose in her teeth and a lampshade crown. 1 minute she's so happy, then she's crying on someone's knee, saying, laughing and crying, you know it's the same release. I told you when I met you I was crazy. Cry for us all, beauty. Cry for Eddie in the corner, thinking he's nobody, and Jack behind his joker, and Stone Cold Grace behind her fan, and me in my frightened silence, thinking I don't understand. I feel like I am sleeping. Will you wake me? You seem to have a broader sensibility. I'm just living on nerves and feelings, with a weak and a lazy mind, and coming to people's parties, fumbling deaf, dumb, and blind. I wish I had more sense of humor, keeping the sadness at bay, throwing the lightness on these things, laughing it all away. Laughing it all away. Thank you. There's been a ton of speculation since that song came out about who the people were in there. This line, you know, one of the people at the party is Jack behind his joker. And there is a story from somebody who claimed to be at that party that that she wrote that about, that Jack Nicholson was at that party. And that is in fact Jack Nicholson. But that was, what, 25 years before he played the Joker in the movies? So, you know, what's that? Is that like a Simpsons-style future prediction? Or, you know, what the heck? Pretty wild. The photo beauty getting attention and all. And my first introduction to that song was actually not hearing the song. It was somebody who was talking about laughing and crying at the same time and saying that's Joni Mitchell laughing or Joni Mitchell crying, and I got curious and found out what she meant by that. Yeah, what a song. Now this next one is it was not written by Joni Mitchell, and I thought for years that it was. For decades, I thought that this song was written by Joni Mitchell, because you know it's just unheard of for her to do a cover. Very, very rare for her to sing somebody else's songs, and she did a fantastic job of it and popularized it, and it just became a Joni Mitchell song. But really, this song was written by somebody named Annie Ross, who was a jazz singer back in the 50s. Or that was her peak, was in the 50s. She sang for decades. And Annie Ross wrote the lyrics to this song to an earlier saxophone tune, all of them called Twisted. And then Joni made it famous on Court and Spark in 1974. Made it more famous, I should say, to a younger generation, and it still is there today. So here we go. This is Twisted. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. My analyst told me that I was right out of my head, the way he described it. He said I'd be better dead than live. I didn't listen to his jive. I knew all along that he was all wrong, and I knew that he thought I was crazy, but I'm not. No, 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 no. My analyst told me that I was right out of my head. He said I need treatment, but I'm not that easily led. He said I was the type that was so inclined when out of his sight to be out of my mind. And he thought I was nuts. No more ifs or ands or buts. No, no. Bum, 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 bum. They say as a child I appeared a little bit wild with all my crazy ideas. But I knew what was happening. I knew I was a genius. What's so strange when you know that you're a wizard at 3? I knew that this was meant to be. Boom, boom, ba-doom, boom, boom, boom. I heard little children were supposed to sleep tight. That's why I got into the vodka one night. My parents got frantic, didn't know what to do. But I saw some crazy scenes before I came to now. Do you think I was crazy? I may have been only 3, but I was swinging. They all laughed at A. Graham Bell. They all laughed at Edison and also at Einstein. So why should I feel sorry if they just couldn't understand the idiomatic logic that went on in my head? I had a brain, it was insane. Oh, they used to laugh at me when I refused to ride on all those double-decker buses, all because they had no driver on the top. No driver on the top? This chick is twisted. Flip City. My analyst told me that I was right out of my head, but I said, dear doctor, I think that it's you instead, because I have got a thing that's unique and new. To prove it, I'll have the last laugh on you, 'cause instead of one head, I got 2, and you know 2 heads are better than one. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
I didn't know that was Joni Mitchell. I think Bette Midler did a cover of that.
That's right. Bette Midler did do that song.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been covered. It's been covered hundreds more times. Joni just kind of opened the door to the popularity of that song. And yeah, Bette Midler did a great version of it. I'm going to play you a little treat here that is it's unlikely that anybody here has seen this. This is a TV show from 1959. And the quality is, 1959 broadcast quality, which is now known as 480p. And so we are used to a much higher quality of video than this, but the quality of humanity in this is really astonishing, actually. You'll recognize perhaps some famous faces in the audience. And one of them is Count Basie, who is performing the song with Annie Ross on piano. She gets to sing her song. This is how the song sounded originally. I'm going to go ahead and do all the machinery of sharing the video for you.
Everybody's doing little bits and pieces. How about you want a solo song for us? Maybe.
All right.
Would you?
Can I do something I wrote?
Love to have you do something you wrote.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody goes to analysts nowadays. Well, about 5 years ago, I wrote a thing about going to an analyst and finding out that it wasn't really too bad when you discover that you've got 2 heads instead of 1. It's called twisting. My analyst told me that I was right out of my head when he described it. He said I'd be better dead than alive. I didn't listen to his jive. I knew all along he was all wrong and knew that he thought I was crazy, but I'm not. Oh no. My analyst told me that I was right out of my head. He said I need treatment, but I'm not that easily led. He said I was the type that was most inclined when out of his sight to be out of my mind, and he thought I was nuts. No more ifs or ands or buts. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Say, as a child, I appeared a little bit wild with all my crazy ideas, but I knew what was happening. I knew I was a genius. What's so strange when you know that you're a wizard at 3? I knew that this was meant to be. Well, I heard little children were supposed to sleep tight. That's why I I came to. Now, do you think I was crazy? I may have been only 3, but I was swinging. They all left at A. Graham Bell. They all left at Edison and also at Einstein. So why should I feel sorry if they just couldn't understand the reasoning and the logic that went on in my head? I had a brain, it was insane, so I just let them laugh at me when I refused to ride on all those double-decker buses, all because there was no driver on the top. I'd be better dead than alive. I didn't listen to his jive. I knew all along he was all wrong, and that he thought I was crazy, but I'm not. Oh no,
Oh no.
my ambulance told me that I was right out of my head, but I said, dear doctor, I think that it's you instead, 'cause I have got a thing that's unique and new. It proves that I'll have the last laugh on you, 'cause instead of one head, I got 2. And you know, 2 heads are better than one.
Well, how about that?
Very youthful Tony Bennett sitting there.
I know.
Yes, it was.
Gives
Yeah,
us some-
I've been a fan of that song and Annie Ross and Lambert Hendrickson Ross for a long time, but I've never seen her perform it. I've heard her perform it, but never seen her in action before. So that was a treat.
That's
And
great.
Count Basie too. I've been a fan of his for a long time.
There's a marvelously human moment in the middle of that. That song is a time, or that little clip is a real time capsule, because TV was very, still very young, medium at that time, and much more raw and rough and unpracticed. And there's this moment in the middle of that where Count Basie and Annie Ross they have to communicate. He starts a second chorus of his solo. Did you notice that? He plays a solo chorus, and then she expects to start singing, and she goes to start singing, and he hits something real big, and he's ready to do another chorus. And she laughs and turns to him and gestures that, yeah, it's over to you, man. And he plays a great solo, and then he points right at her. Watching them communicate in real time is a real joy. Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
great.
one of my greatest memories is getting to see Count Basie in person play at Disneyland in
When?
1975.
Oh, wow.
His band and I stood like 10 feet away from him and watched his chubby little fingers on the keyboard and watched him direct his band, and it was great. I even took photos of him, during the performance. So I have it recorded.
I don't know how you couldn't have. If you
Yeah,
were-
it was
you were there
great
again.
experience.
Wow, what a beautiful thing to remember. Wow. Well, I took the opportunity during that song to retune my guitar. One of the reasons I don't perform Joni's songs all that often in concert is because so many of them are in open tunings. And so you have to retune your guitar in between songs, and that is when you've just got one guitar and no assistant to bring you a freshly tuned one. That's tedious, it's tough. I can talk through the tuning, but it takes a while to get it right. So during that break, I retuned to standard tuning, which this song happens to be in. This is one of my favorite songs of all time. it has many extra resonances for me. For one thing, the Harmony people used to perform it, and it was a beloved song of ours. And for another, my affection for my adopted state of California has just done nothing but increase over the years, especially as the United States continues to polarize around the old division. I'm going to mind if I get up on a soapbox for a minute here? I'm going to do it anyway. Mute yourself and go get a snack if you wish. But there's this long-running division in American society that's around sort of the definition of what America is all about. And it's been going on since the Revolution, and especially around the writing of the Constitution. And it's reached a crisis point again, which is just like the fourth or fifth time in American history. And the two sides of the divide are not Democrat and Republican or Whigs and Tories or any of the other temporary political labels. What it is that there's a group of people, a substantial group of Americans, that believe that some people are just better than others because of their birth or their race or their religion or their gender or how much money they have, and they deserve to dominate. And then the other part of America that's just as American is the people who feel that everybody was born equal, with equal rights and equal protection under the law, and the government of and for and by the people is how the government should be. And we just reached a crisis point of that. And the state of California has taken a strong stand in favor of the we the people matter. Side of that, and I'm prouder of California than I've ever been. So anyway, this song has a lot of personal meaning for me. There are a couple of details in the song that are kind of fun to know about in advance. It's a true story. It was written as a sort of travel log while Joni Mitchell was in Europe in 1970. She had a love affair while she was on that trip that gave rise to another song, which is called Carrie. It's got the famous line, you're a mean old daddy, but I like you. If you recall that line, this is that guy, shows up in this song as well. And of course, the Vietnam War was going strong, and it just resonates over and over again with what's going on in the world right now. So here we go, California from Blue. Sitting in a park in Paris, France, reading the news and it sure looks bad. They won't give peace a chance, that was just a dream some of us had. Still a lot of lands to see, but I wouldn't want to stay here, it's too old and cold and settle in its ways here. But California, I'm coming home. I'm gonna see the folks I dig, I'll even kiss a sunset pig. California, I'm coming home. I met a redneck on a Grecian Isle who did the goat dance very well. He gave me back my smile, but he kept my camera to sell. Oh, the rogue, the red rogue, he cooked good omelets and stews, and I might have stayed on with him there, but my heart cries out for you. California, I'm coming home. Make me feel good, rock and roll band, I'm your biggest fan. California, I'm coming home. Oh, it gets so lonely when you're walking and the streets are full of strangers. All the news of home you read just gives you the blues, just gives you the blues. So I bought me a ticket, I caught a plane to Spain. Went to a party down a red dirt road. There were lots of people, pretty people there, reading Rolling Stone, reading Vogue. They said, how long can you hang around? I said, a week or maybe 2, just until my skin turns brown, and then I'm going home to California. California, I'm coming home. Will you take me as I am, strung out on another man? California, I'm coming home. Oh, it gets so lonely when you're walking and the streets are full of strangers. All the news of home you read, more about the wars and the bloody changes. Will you take me as I am? Will you, will you, will you, will you, will you take me as I am? California, California, will you take me as I am? California, California, will you take me as I am? Ooh, will you take me as I am? All right. Thanks very much. I love that little reference in there. It's just great. I know it's a metaphor. You know, she's talking about, well, never mind. She goes, I met a redneck on a Grecian Isle who did the goat dance very well. And, you know what I'm talking about. and it's also, you know, I think it's a very Greek thing. So that's a brilliant little line in there. So much good stuff in that song. I thought I saw you singing along, Ruthie. Do you know that whole song? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I sang that when I was living in Colorado and Denver,
Oh,
and
no
wishing I was in California. Yes, that was my album.
Wow. Yeah, that's on. Yeah, that's Blue. You know. Yeah, it's an amazing album. The thing that I was going to talk more about how Joni has influenced me, and just briefly, I read an interview with somebody who knew Joni Mitchell in like Guitar Player magazine or something back in the 80s, and up until that period of the mid 80s, late 80s, my songs often were from other people's points of view. They weren't as personal. They were like fictional stories or stuff. I didn't write too many deeply personal heart songs from my own experience. But I read this interview and it just poleaxed me. It was talking about Blue, and that she had gotten some advice from a record producer from the Suits in the music business, that they thought her songs were too personal and individual, and that if she wrote from a more general, broader point of view, they might be more popular and records might sell better. And she, of course, said, heck with that, and decided to do the opposite and make her songs even more personal. She was going to try to accentuate all the qualities that the record company executive objected to. Now, that story may or may not be true. It's filtered through some other person who heard it and filtered it through an interviewer, and then it's subject to my interpretations and memories. But it really inspired me to write more personal lyrics. So, yeah, Blue is an amazing accomplishment, well worth listening to over and over again, as I'm sure Ruthie will attest. Another way that Joni Mitchell has influenced me was the use of those open tunings and those beautiful ringing notes that she that she brought out in her music, and the flexibility of the vocals around those harmonious ringing chords has influenced me a lot in my songwriting. I have several songs that draw directly from that. And one of the things that I did in light of that was to invent some chords. I'm not the first person ever to play these chords, I'm sure, but nobody taught them to me. I figured them out. That sound like open tuning chords, even though they're played in standard tuning. And this is one of them. And this is one. And this one. And this one. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of different chords that I've incorporated into my music that sound like open tuning, and they produce that ability to dance around with the melody and do weird things and still have them sound good. So this is a song that is deeply famous. I only knew the Crosby, Stills, and Nash version when it came out, and I didn't hear Joni's version until much later. They're dramatically different, and when I learned to play it, I incorporated some of these open tuning-ish chords, and it's still a work in progress. So I'm not going to sing it today like I've ever sung it before, or like I'm ever going to sing it again. This is Woodstock as of December 30th, 2025. Happy New Year, everybody. By the way, before I play this, I hate to interrupt for this, but I'm going to paste my donation link into the chat because, hey, just because. If you're so motivated, it's sitting right there. All right. David Crosby said that even though Joni Mitchell was not able to be at Woodstock, she was watching it on TV from a hotel room in New York, even though she was not able to be there because she was being interviewed by David Frost the following day and couldn't risk getting to the festival and back to New York in time for the biggest interview of her career. So she made a career choice, and it was very difficult for her. But she wrote this song based on watching that TV and missing the festival. She got the gist of it, captured it, and as Crosby said, she contributed more to spreading the feeling of that festival than anybody who was there. It was really something. Okay, here we go. Walking along the road, I asked him, tell me, where are you going? This he told me. I'm going down to Yasgur's farm, gonna join in a rock and roll band, gonna camp out on the land and set my soul free. We are stardust, we are golden, we are billion-year-old carbon, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. I said, can I walk beside you? I have come here to lose the smog. I feel just like a cog in something turning, and maybe it's the time of year, and maybe it's the time of man, but I don't know who I am, and life is for learning. We are stardust, we are golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. to Woodstock. We were 500,000 strong, and everywhere there was a song and a celebration. And I dreamed I saw the bomber jets flying shotgun in the sky, turning into butterflies above our nation. We are stardust, billion-year-old carbon. We are golden, caught in the devil's bargain, and we've got to get ourselves back to the Hmm.